CTV3 News. Corozal police conduct major drug destruction, over 1,000 pounds destroyed in Orange Walk. Tragic collision claims life. Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. 53-year-old Gustavo Cardenas was today formally arrested and charged in connection with the 19-year-old Christian Biza, which happened on Sunday night on the Mamayal curve on the Philip Wilson Highway. Cardenas was slapped with a slew of charges, including 2 counts of causing death by careless conduct and manslaughter by negligence, and 5 counts for the offense of drove unlicensed motor vehicle, drove motor vehicle without due care and attention, drove motor vehicle whilst under the influence of alcohol or drugs, failed to provide specimen, and drove motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. As we had mentioned before, this is the second time that Cardenas is charged in connection with similar incidents. He was charged back in 2003 for a traffic collision in which 2 persons lost their lives. The most recent incident, as we had reported, previously happened shortly after 8 on Sunday night as a 19-year-old was returning home from buying food in San Jose Village. Upon nearing the entrance of San Roman Village, Christian was struck from behind by Cardenas, who was driving a green Ford Explorer and reportedly heavily under the influence of alcohol. The collision sent Christian's cycle across the highway into the opposite lane. Christian was found in the middle of the road lying face down in a pool of his own blood, with his left leg broken, scrapes on both elbows, injuries to his face, a cut wound to his forehead, both ankles scraped, and a large bruise to his right rib cage. The 19-year-old died on the spot. Today, as his family tried to come to terms with the loss of their eldest son, they are calling on authorities to conduct a transparent investigation so that justice can be served for their loved one's untimely demise.
Okay, and you understand that he will be charged? hope so, because I heard that this is the third victim that he's cracked from the kid, so I hope he gets charged, because the third time that he's doing it, so I don't think he should skip this one. Well, I just like the authority to be transparent. If he did kill my son, I think he should pay for it. And apart, I think he is responsible himself to pay the expenses that I am going through, because the expenses I am going through is not easy. I need to have money to bury someone.
He hasn't reached out to the family as yet, the person responsible.
But none of them have contacted us. I think if they want to contact us, they could contact us, because, for example, the news, they find us, they find my house. I don't know how they find my house, but the same way the news find my house, I think that the person, family, should find my house and tell me what happened or what can they assist. What the husband or anyone did to my son, I think that was basically.
Yeah.
If anyone is interested in assisting the family, they can contact the father at 662-3619. Members of the Corozal Police Formation were in Orange Walk Town today to conduct a major drug destruction, the first to happen in the district in close to 5 years. This morning's operation saw over 1,000 pounds of marijuana as well as cocaine and crack cocaine going up in smoke at a local lumber yard here in town. Similar to the one which happened a few weeks ago with drugs collected from the Orange Walk district, today's operation, according to Northern Regional Commander, Senior Superintendent Christopher Noble, is part of the ongoing efforts to revitalize crime-fighting efforts in Northern Belize.
What we're witnessing is the destruction of a compilation of found property and exhibits from arrests, concluded cases, etc. It's the one from Corozal, as we had previously done the Orange Walk district. We had not done it for a couple of years, and it is a significant amount that we are dealing with today.
What are we looking at in terms of what is being destroyed?
supercharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
24-year-old Travis Lopez of Independence Stand Creek District has been charged with attempted murder after a domestic dispute ended with him setting his common-law wife, 30-year-old Karima Logan, on fire after dosing her with gasoline. ACP Alberto Romero, Regional Commander, Eastern Division, told reporters that domestic dispute had previously been reported between Lopez and his partner, who reportedly told police that he had made a mistake. Nonetheless, police gathered enough evidence to proceed with a very serious charge of attempted murder, which is an indictable offense to be tried if prima facie proven at the High Court.
Upon arrival, they saw Karima Logan with burnt injuries. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. Investigation revealed that she had a domestic dispute with Travis Lopez, who threw gasoline on her and lit her on fire. An investigation was carried out, and Travis Lopez has since been arrested and charged for the crime of attempted murder. There's one report, and it was dealt with.
How long ago can you say?
A couple of months.
Violent also?
Just a domestic dispute, nothing with.
The Department of the Environment, DOE, under the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Climate Change, is actively working to combat plastic pollution by enforcing Statutory Instrument Number 17 of the 2022 Environmental Protection Pollution from Plastic Regulations. The regulations aim to phase out specific single-use plastic products and replace them with environmentally friendly alternative products that meet the believed standards for biodegradable products. The regulated items encompass single-use plastics and styrofoam products, including food plates, clamshell containers, cups, lids, straws, cutlery, and commonly used plastic bags, often referred to as t-shirt bags. Despite the regulation, DOE has become aware that there are several brands of items on the market that are not approved or permitted. This has been a concern since 2022, when the department began receiving calls from concerned citizens questioning if the items found on the shelves were indeed biodegradable.
But in around mid-2022, after we've been implementing the law for a while, people began to call the Department of the Environment and asking if the products on the market, right, on the shelves, are really biodegradable. And really and truly, we didn't have at that time any way to ensure or to respond, because we wouldn't want to respond just based on feeling or emotions. As a responsible government department, our response has to be valid, technically sound, and you have to be able to justify our response. So what we did is we conducted a market surveillance to look at what products are in the market. After the market surveillance, we did what is called a conformity assessment. So what we did is we took 17 companies and we took samples from the products that they import and manufacture. So we did 13 importers and 4 manufacturers. We sent these products abroad to be tested, and then we got the results, I think, late 2022. The department took some, because we took 90 samples, right, out of these 17 companies. The department took some time to synthesize the results and put together a good report. And then around mid-2023, we were then able to understand really what is going on within the sector. The information that we got back from the lab was quite alarming. In fact, it showed that a high number of products on the market indeed were not biodegradable products.
With results on hand, the DOE met with the importers and manufacturers from whom samples were taken from and informed them that the products they were bringing in did not meet national standards. Adamant to strengthen the system, DOE lobbied with the United Kingdom for laboratory equipment, which they have obtained. With the equipment, DOE can now test the composition of the products that are being imported.
If you look at the plastic plate, we have the capacity now in Belize at the Department of Environment and the University of Belize to test the product, and then so we would understand the composition. So it would say 75% polyethylene, and it gives you a breakdown of all the constituents of that particular product. What that equipment does now, it does two things. It allows us to strengthen the application process. So now, when the importer wants to apply to import a new product, they would have to provide samples to us. We would test it in our lab or at the University of Belize lab. And then we will know if the product meets the standards or not. Once it meets the standard, we will allow it to come into the country. So again, we're strengthening the application process.
According to Chief Environmental Officer Anthony Mai, the new process also allows the DOE to enforce the law.
So before we had the equipment, in order for us to take someone to court for selling products that are not biodegradable, we would have had to take samples off the shelf, prepare it, send it abroad, wait on the results, and get back the results, and then use that results as evidence in court to say that yes or no, the product is not meeting the standard. Now we have national capacity to be able to do that, to be able to get the evidence that we need. So again, we're just putting all the pieces in place. We are at a point now where we feel quite comfortable that we are now able to properly enforce the regulations and hold people who are in violation accountable for those actions. So really and truly, the press release informs, in particular, the store owners, so people who are selling these products, especially at the supermarket, that the department will be conducting assessment, will be taking samples of these products, and if the products are not meeting the standard, they will be charged under the law. The penalties for being for importation, for manufacturing, and for selling products that are not according to the standard is between $10,000 Belize dollars and $20,000 Belize dollars.
To ensure compliance with these regulations and to support the DOE's mission to reduce plastic pollution, inspections, investigations will be conducted at random locations across the country. If
you, Jules, you own a supermarket and someone comes to you and sell you products in terms of single-use products, if we, the DOE, go to your facility and charge you for having these products on your shelves and selling these products, and then the person comes back to you and wants to sell you these products, they will obviously say no. And again, the enforcement, this is maybe the first initiative in terms of enforcement, but the enforcement will be continuous. And so if we come to a supermarket and we find products that are not meeting the standard and we charge you, and we come back again, right, we will charge you again, right? And if we come back a third time, under the law, there is a provision where if found guilty, the magistrate could also impose a 6-month imprisonment, right? And so then if a supermarket, for argument's sake, or a violator continues to be disrespectful and violate the law, at some point in time, a recommendation will be made to the magistrate for this person to be imprisoned.
You are reminded anyone who is caught violating the provisions of Statutory Instrument Number 17 of 2022 will be prosecuted. Tonight, the opposition United Democratic Party, UDP, remains in turmoil with 2 of its elected members having been essentially kicked out of the party. Those members, including Albert Area Rep. Honorable Tracy Panton and Area Rep. for Colette Patrick Faber, are part of a movement which calls themselves the Alliance for Democracy. In early September, this group announced a special unity convention set for October 20th, which they say will focus on critical party matters. The convention will review the party's executive appointments, vote on a motion to recall the current leadership, and appoint an interim leader. Now, while it is left to be seen if this convention will occur later this month, today the leader of the party, Shine Barrow, once again reiterated his party's position which is that the convention is not sanctioned by the party, as both Faber and Panton, along with several others, are no longer members of the UDP.
It's not, and as it can be unequivocally clear now that these people are not a part of the party. They were trying to make the case that nothing we were doing was legitimate and it was all unconstitutional. And I have shared with you, even though you don't want me to share these things with you, but I shared with you because I knew you were going to ask me these questions. And I don't want you, I'm staying away from the Sioux Club, I don't want to be with those guys. I like to leave the media to do what they have to do, but we have to be factual. And the facts are the facts, right? The UDP Constitution authorizes the National Party Council to interpret the Constitution. So all the decisions that were made, we kept hearing, are unconstitutional, did not follow procedure, did not this, did not that. I shared with you the evidence, regardless of what they say. All the standard bearers, 17 of them, not the 12 or 13 that they claim, I shared with you. You saw their names. Members, almost every single member of the Central Executive, the majority is the majority. And the majority agrees with all of the decisions that have been taken.
The National Convention, as announced by the Alliance for Democracy, has been set for Sunday, October 28th at the Bird's Isle in Belize City, starting at 10 p.m. The Managing Director of Baja, Zoe Robertson Zetina, and the Technical Director of Quarantine, Hernan Zetina, are in Taiwan participating in a plant and animal health quarantine training for managers that was organized and funded by the International Cooperation and Development Fund, ICDF, of Taiwan. During this time, the Baja team will also be meeting with the Food and Drug Administration of Taiwan to further discuss the exportation of shrimps from Belize to Taiwan. The FDA Taiwan is presently conducting a risk assessment for shrimps from Belize and will be visiting Belize in late October 2024 to conduct a site visits at the various facilities that are interested in exporting marine products to Taiwan. While in Belize, the FDA from Taiwan will be meeting with Baja as the competent authority responsible for the certification of exports and will also meet the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, and key stakeholders in the industry. Both Taiwan and Belize are committed to finalizing the import requirements for shrimps to Taiwan by the end of this year. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness, in collaboration with the Orange Walk Town Council and the Taiwan ICDF, are preparing to launch the Love Your Heart program here in Orange Walk. The initiative is scheduled to kick off on October 15th and will run for 10 weeks. Its aim is to improve and strengthen health systems to support the scaling up of integrated cardiovascular disease risk and diabetes management.
Yo quiero comenzar por decir de qué se trata este Love Your Heart exercise. Non-communicable disease es responsable de causar bastante muerte mundialmente y en nuestro país. Non-communicable disease consiste de heart attack, stroke, diabetes, cáncer. Y hay 4 factores de riesgo que causan esas enfermedades. Es como el consumo de alcohol, fumar, no comer saludable, no hacer ejercicio. Y nosotros queremos cambiar o queremos hacer que la gente adapte una vida más saludable. Y este Love Your Heart exercise consiste de hacer health assessment, que van a poder hacer su chequeo de la presión y del azúcar. Va a haber ejercicio, va a haber health education y va a comenzar el 15 de octubre en Philip Alvarez Park. Y los ejercicios que se estarán llevando a cabo, los lunes se harán zumba, los martes se harán HIIT y los miércoles se harán yoga. Y esto se hará de las 6 de la noche a las 7. Y todos están cordialmente invitados porque es un evento familiar.
With public health being a priority in the projects between Taiwan and Belize, William Chen, project manager for Taiwan ICDF, says the project is geared at preventing non-communicable diseases to foster a healthier, more resilient population.
I would say, yeah, you really made a good choice, a smart decision if you really joined this program.
Yes.
Because that, as you say in the beginning, that the prevention is always better than cure. Yeah, so if you do exercise and then you know how to eat healthy, so I think that's a smart move that you can make, you can do, yeah, for your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sessions are scheduled to take place Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at the Philip Alvarez Park in the Uniontown area, free of cost. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade will host the regional workshop on promoting a better understanding of the biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction BBNG agreement for Caribbean Small Island Developing States, SIDS, from October 7th to the 10th in Placencia. This important workshop aims to enhance knowledge of the BBNG agreement, including the rights and obligations outlined within it. The BBNG agreement recognizes the unique challenges faced by SIDS and ensures their specific circumstances are considered. It also promotes their active participation in the agreement's decision-making processes alongside other developing countries. Earlier this year, Belize made history by becoming the first Caribbean nation to ratify this crucial ocean biodiversity agreement under the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea. The workshop, organized by the United Nations Division for Ocean Affairs and the Law of the Sea, brings together participants from across the Caribbean. The ministry extends gratitude to the government of the United Kingdom, whose support was crucial in this endeavor. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, October 9th, here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.